It is Friday, December the 7th, and the snow lovers out there are cringing in their seats like, oh, so close, but yet so far away. We are with the Wave 3 News Weather Hangout here. I'm Kevin Harned. Ryan Hoke is here. Tawana Andrew is here. Brian Good is in mourning, I'm sure. Justin Logan is traveling and may pop into the call as well as the National Weather Service. But we wanted to just jump on and give you a quick update on what has been unfolding throughout the day today in regards to the potential for that winter storm over the weekend. Yes, it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen here. And I think that's the big news to talk about for folks that may be listening in here.
Indeed, Kevin. We've kind of seen this thing deflate over the last 24 hours. A lot of southward trend here in the models. I think we thought it would be a little bit less of a trend than that. But, man, I mean, we have really seen the snow totals just collapse, the dry air move in with this. And overall, the biggest winners on snowfall will easily be down well to our south and east in the mountains of Appalachia toward the Carolinas.
Well, this makes our weekend easier, that's for sure. And Tawana, you were in early this morning. You saw those trends coming in as well. I think the one thing to point out was, we're never, some people are like, well, they blew that forecast. Well, hang on. No, the answer to that is we just are transparent in what we're seeing in the data. Now, the data obviously gets better because we were just yesterday able to get the upper level data in by sending the weather balloons into the system as it moved into the far west coast. And today, a full run of that. And this morning, you analyzed that and you said, hey, it just doesn't look to be as big of a deal here as it will be to our south.
Yeah, everything was trending more and more to the south. And it was looking like maybe our southern counties could get clipped just a little bit if you cross your fingers tight enough. But definitely doesn't seem to be the case at all. It looks like actually a much more pleasant weekend. I know a couple of people are like, well, I have a birthday party on Sunday. So both weather for them, but Brian Good's probably hiding, eating a bunch of Twix right now. Really upset about it. I mean, this is just going to be one of those times that it looks like it goes south, but we do have other snow chances. We're not even into winter.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, here we are only on the 7th. Let's show the maps, and as we kind of walk through these, we'll just have a brief discussion here. For those folks that were hoping for snow, they're probably already bailing off and moving on to the next thing. You can see that we do have a few snow showers off to the north and northeast. Those are moving across parts of northeast Ohio, Pennsylvania. That is not the system we're talking about. It's a southern system for us that we're watching. Notice the watches and some advisories that have been put out, and some have actually been canceled. I mean, they stretch all the way back out into New Mexico, stringing up into Arkansas, where you have winter storm warnings. Those folks may see several inches of snow there, and then it moves east across Tennessee, extreme southern Kentucky. There's the area of low pressure finally in the United States, and it's moving across parts of, it's going to track right across New Mexico into Texas. And as we track that to the south, and it picks up some of that Gulf moisture, the question all week long, in fact, for the last 13 days, has been how far north will that shield of precipitation make it? Two things working against it to our north. One is an area of low pressure that really suppresses the high and that southern low. So it's keeping both of those suppressed. The high pressure doing the same thing, and consequently, dry air in place between the two is going to erode the northern fringe of that precipitation. And that means most of the moisture stays south, and any of the frozen precip, whether that's sleet or snow, would be in that northern periphery where it's not dried up or eaten up by the dry air. And that's across extreme southern Kentucky as well as the northern parts of Tennessee. But I tell you, the folks that really stand to see the best chance out of this are to the east.
Yeah, that's going to be the mountains of Appalachia there. Western North Carolina, they haven't seen a real huge change in their forecast out there. One, because of the elevation, that helps them have sort of the lock on the upslope flow and giving them the higher snow potential. It's also colder there. That also tends to help. So the Charlotte area, still under the gun for snow there. And again, it's not even winter yet, and those folks probably going to see a winter wonderland. The graphic you're seeing right now, this potential snow cover, this is a blend of different models, different types of GFS model runs here, what we call ensembles. I mean, it has really collapsed on the snow totals here in the last 24 hours. And don't think about this as just a Louisville just a wave country issue. This was especially a problem in Oklahoma, where a lot of the forecasters out there put out foot-plus snow accumulation forecasts, only today to see all of this either go south or deflate to the point of they're not even going to have a winter storm warning out of it. Now, that's a letdown compared to what we've had, that's for sure.
Well, they are right on the cusp of it now. They should be seeing it. So you've never heard us mention any snow totals, thankfully, but we were watching the potential, and we thought, hey, this is our first good chance. And the first good chance always gets a lot of talk. So some people will call it hype. Other people are just going to say, oh, they missed it. But the fact is, there was the opportunity to see it 14 days ago. We pointed that out, and we've tracked it across the country. And now as it starts to get a little closer to us, you saw on that snow map, all of it's going to be to our south. Most areas are going to stay dry in the 29 counties that we serve. But if you're across Hart County, Greene, Taylor, Adair, yeah, you might see a little bit of that sleet, freezing rain, and snow, but amounts will be light at this point as you work your way into the southern part of the viewing area. So with that said, here's the looking for snow outlook. And Tawana, you know this, you pointed it out, we're not even into winter yet, so there are a couple of chances on the horizon.
Yeah, we have another batch coming towards the middle of the month. Hilariously, that's the day that my mom is supposed to come up for Christmas, the 15th. So
of course,
I think it's coming for her. I entirely blame her on this. But that rain, the snow potential is definitely there. Now, once again, this is far out, so this can easily evolve as this one did, excuse me. So it's just something that we're certainly going to watch and monitor for everyone over the next couple of days. But the chance is there. Just keep your fingers crossed.
And that's kind of a different system, too, that mid-month one we're looking at. That's one where the low could pass very close to us and create some of its own cold air, quickly changes over to snow, and it'd be like this wet, sloppy snow that wouldn't create a whole ton of problems, at least at this point looking at the data. But, you know, it's something we're watching. Snow lovers, it's not winter yet. This is still late fall. This is all very premature, and we're lucky to even have this kind of stuff on the maps right now.
Well, it's very rare, and we've already had an ice storm. So there you have it. I mean, the winter has been off and running. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up. We'll give our final thoughts here. But for folks that have tuned into either Facebook Live or through our blog or many of the other outlets that you find all of our weather information, our team works hard all the time. And Tawana, thank you for jumping on here to our weather hangout. I know you were up and in the office this morning at around 2:30 in the morning. So folks don't realize that we really do work quite a few hours each day.
Just a little bit, but the big thing I think people need to get out of this is that things are going to change. What it initially looks like is not how it always is going to turn out, but we're always going to be fully transparent with you and let you know, hey, this is what we're seeing. This is the options that could happen. And this just happened to be one of those times we don't really get to see a lot of snow, but there's still the next time.
Yeah, so
for the next time.
No snow for you this weekend, but there's ice in your future. Have you got the ice skates laced up?
Not yet. I haven't ice skated in 10 years. And the last time I fell and I bruised my legs. So I'm like terrified. If you see me limping on Monday, you know why.
Make sure someone's taking video. We want to see this and we'll post it to our weather page if it's that good.
You know what? I just might. If you guys are lucky, you'll see.
Yeah, this could be gold. I love that. All right. Well, Ryan, and thank you for chiming in and creating our graphics here for today. So we appreciate that. Everybody that's been tuned in, keep it tuned in through the weekend. We will watch the southern part of the viewing area very closely, and we'll also be keeping an eye on any additional storm systems that move our way. But in the meantime, enjoy some dry but cool weather for our Friday here and our Saturday to come. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody. I'm Kevin Harnett, and from all of us at the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, thanks for trusting us with the most accurate forecast.
Thanks, guys. We'll